This is The Wheel Weaves, a Wheel of Time podcast with no spoilers. Hey everyone, I'm your host Danny, and I'm the first-time reader going through this series chapter by chapter. As always, there's no spoilers past the chapter we're covering, and that means it's totally safe for first-time readers. I'm joined by my co-host Brett, who's a longtime fan, and he's guiding me through this journey. We'd like to acknowledge and thank our executive producers, Brandy Nairn Kirkwood, Chad Welsh, Sean McGuire, Yanis, Ricky Morissette, Albert Lorenzo, and Eddie Costello. And before we get into things today, we just want to thank and welcome Trevor Morton and Starbuck to the Wheel Weaves Patreon team. Thank you so much for your generosity and your support. We really appreciate it. In this episode, we're talking about chapters 39 and 40 of Lord of Chaos.
Yeah, so chapter 39 we have possibilities, and chapter 40 is unexpected laughter.
No, that was so bad.
No, these are short chapters.
Yeah.
Not a ton of stuff happens.
No.
There's some setup, though.
Setup, some entertainment, some comedy.
Yeah, we kind of get like a definitive direction of where we're going now.
Anytime Matt is anywhere, it's like just this like comedic relief.
Yeah.
But it's especially funny because he's not aware that he's the comedic relief.
Yeah, yeah.
You
And
know,
we get some of that physical
he's not
humor.
Like the class clown guy.
Sure.
He's like the everything he doesn't says is kind of funny, but he doesn't even really know it.
Okay.
That's what's going on.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
You got like pie in the face type humor too, so.
Yeah. Okay.
We'll talk about it when we get there. We'll get there. We'll get there.
Yeah, we will do that.
So I'm going to start us off with a fun fact, and I can't promise that this is going to be the last one of these that I do, but it's just another one. So it's a comparison of the White Tower to
The Vatican?
and the Amarylline to the Pope.
More?
I got one more. Like I said, I can't promise this is the last, but it's another one here. So you just gotta deal with it, okay?
Because your last one was kind of a stretch.
No, it wasn't. That was like 100% on point. That last one was fantastic. Okay. Fisherman? Come on. Okay. So anyways, we do have the interesting situation with Elaida as Amarylline in the White Tower, and Egwene officially as the Amarylline in Saladar
Was
here.
there a point in history when there were two popes?
Oh, heck yeah, there was.
Oh, nice.
Because we're
Okay.
talking about real life inspiration here.
Okay.
So the year was 1378 to 1417. So almost 40 years.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah. There was a split within the Catholic Church called the Western Schism, or the Papal Schism, or my personal favorite, the Vatican Standoff. And that's my favorite because I just get the image of like the popes holding guns at each other in like a standoff situation.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to go into like the really nitty gritty stuff because it gets really down in the weeds with the details of all this. But pretty much what happened was there was a bishop in Rome and in Avignon,
Okay.
in France, that both claimed to be the true pope.
Okay.
So the schism was driven by the personalities and then political allegiances, and the rival claims of having two popes really damaged the prestige of the office.
No kidding.
Yeah, and that's kind of exactly what's happening
It's
in
close.
the Wheel of Time.
This is better. This is a better fact. Okay.
Yeah,
Continue.
and then, so I'm just going to
go on.
skip to the end here. So basically how it
How
all
did it
resolved.
end? Did it end well?
It didn't end great. But what happened after like almost 40 years of attempts at reconciliation, there was the Council of Pisa in 1409 that declared both popes were illegitimate, and they elected a third pope.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm not going to go into like anything more than that, but more or less that's kind of how it all got resolved.
All right.
So I mean,
Kick them both out.
You kick them both out, get a new guy in here.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Okay.
And I guess we'll have to read and find out.
Well, I mean, if this takes 40 years,
Who knows?
who knows? I don't know. It's pretty funny. Like in the 40 years, no armies marched on anyone.
Oh yeah, there was a bunch
Oh,
of.
there
There's a bunch.
was.
That's why I said like
Oh.
we really get down in the weeds here. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, no, it wasn't good. It was pretty much bad overall.
Okay, yeah, because I was about to say that last time Egwene was still in Saladar.
Yeah.
And she's, new Amarylline. She learned about Moghedien. And then she set a plan in motion because she wants to get the fuck out of Saladar.
Yeah.
Even though she might not be really well equipped to march on Tarvalin.
Yeah. Then that's what we've
And
heard
that's
from
sort
Matt.
of like,
so,
what I was talking about.
Yeah.
Okay, so also Matt showed up and kind of made an ass of himself.
He did.
So that's where we're at.
Yeah, I like that you said kind of.
Yeah, that's what's going on.
It was like super big. Yeah.
Definitely made a
big,
huge, gigantic ass hat
Yeah.
of himself. Okay, now full disclosure for you and for everybody, I only read these chapters once this time.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
That's like, okay.
Yeah, so...
Fine, whatever.
So it took me a little while to get reading, and then I did the notes,
Sure.
and you sent me some plot points, and...
Yeah.
Here we are.
Yeah, we're going to do it.
So, this is technically like my second read-through.
Okay.
So if I'm extra confused at certain things...
I'll clarify.
That's why.
I mean, I guess that's fair warning.
It probably won't be different than my normal confusion.
Yeah.
But
you
sometimes things start to make more sense on the second read.
You probably could have hit all that too.
I could have hit it.
I mean, you're like in the middle of a whole bunch of stuff at work and school. And
oh, there's so much. There's
so
so
many
much
things
going on.
but
It was a very, very busy week. That's why I just want to be transparent with the people.
I would say I'd forgive you, but I don't.
You do.
So,
you forgave me. You're sitting here doing it with me, even though I was like, Brett, I didn't read these chapters twice. And you're like, that's okay.
I haven't gotten up and walked out yet.
Yeah.
We're walking out here.
Yeah. Well, I made you a drink to butter you up.
That's true. You did. Okay.
Okay, so chapter 39 is called Possibilities.
Yes.
The chapter symbol is a wheel and snake.
Yeah.
Kind of boring.
Which could have been like a lot of other things. But,
I'm bored now. Brett, everything was so exciting. Everything was like, oh my god, what's going on? What's happening? Zip zap. Oh my gosh, it's all picking up.
And now we're in the same place for like 2 more chapters.
Too long.
It's like, what's going on here,
now
guys?
I'm bored.
Okay.
Boring.
And you didn't even get the crossover event of like Matt and Brigitte that you're hoping for?
Now, if
None
anything,
of that stuff.
we got that Egwene still doesn't know who Brigitte is because Elayne still
She
won't
doesn't
tell her.
know, but like she knows, but she doesn't officially know.
Yes, or she doesn't know the story. She definitely doesn't know that Brigitte is Elaine's warder.
Yeah, see, we get lots of good information here. What are you talking about?
No,
okay.
yeah, the information's
Let's
good.
go, let's
but
go.
I'm
Let's get into
bored.
this.
Okay, so we enter in an Egwene perspective. We pick up from where we left off. Matt has just realized that Egwene is, in fact, the Amaryllis seat here in Saladar, even though he just said that the woman who's the Amaryllis here in this nothing village is pretty much a moron.
Yeah, giant knucklehead. Well, and his opinion doesn't really change now that he knows that it's Egwene.
No, he's like, this is even more stupid. You're just like this baby Aes Sedai. You're not even a real one.
Yeah.
Like, what's happening?
Which, I mean, and he's not totally wrong about too.
No.
Yeah.
No. But there are lots of things going through Egwene's head right now, like how did Rand know about Saladar? And how did Matt know about her traveling?
Yeah.
And she starts thinking about how she can use Matt and his band and thinks that maybe this was an unintentional gift from Rand.
Yeah, so I actually want to talk about this too, because the whole, oh my goodness, how does Rand know about Saladar? Like, they're not keeping Saladar a secret.
But Egwene was keeping Saladar a secret from Rand.
She was.
And the fact that he might learn information a different way.
But it's like they're literally bringing nobles from the countryside to Saladar.
Oh, I know that.
And then letting them go. It's not a secret location.
That. We all know that.
We know
Egwene
it.
doesn't fully know that at all. She really doesn't know anything.
Well, it kind of seems like a lot of the Aes Sedai are also pretty shocked about the whole Saladar location here.
I know, but specifically in Egwene's head right now,
that's true.
She was keeping it from Rand, so therefore Rand shouldn't know.
Yeah. And I mean, the way he found out is pretty crazy. But...
It's her fault.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, okay.
Like, of all the ways.
I know, it's kind of dumb.
Yeah.
Now, we don't need to talk about it. So now Egwene is not sweating. Important point here.
Yep, this is big.
Because Swan finally taught them the trick.
Yeah,
which
that's part of the etiquette class.
Pretty annoyed about.
Yeah. No, but it's like, that's Aes Sedai stuff.
Aes Sedai.
It's for Aes Sedai. You weren't, and now you are, so now you get to learn it.
Yeah.
So apparently in the etiquette class, not only do you learn about, like, forks and knives and spoons, you learn how to not sweat all over your dishes.
Cool.
There you go. Figured it out, and that's what etiquette is.
All right, so Matt finally speaks, and he tells Egwene that this is madness. You're going to end up with your head cut off. And then he offers them, again, a way to get out. They can all go out to, quote, inspect the band.
Yeah.
And then Egwene can just make a gateway, and they can zip-zap out of here.
Yeah, there we go.
And Nynaeve is, like, working herself up. And
this is
I had to... This paragraph I did read more than one time.
Yeah, because you're like, what?
What?
Yeah.
Why?
Okay, so...
This is that clowning around physical comedy.
It is, yeah.
Where she squares up, hikes her skirts up, and then just
It's like a Charlie Brown moment almost, where it's like, missed the football.
It's like the Three Stooges.
It is.
Like, kick you in the butt. Like,
That's totally no, but that's 100% what it is.
oh, like,
but I
I'm
will
just gonna
mention,
kick you right in the butt.
I'm gonna mention, Nynaeve was the kind of person who, back in her days before she knew how to channel, would literally beat the children of the two rivers
and thump men with her thumping stick.
Yes, it's like boxing someone's ears. I never knew. I think we talked about this way back in book 1 when we got it.
It's quite dangerous.
It's really bad. It's where you snack their ears, and then basically you could break their eardrums by boxing someone's ears.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what she's used to, and now she's in a moment where, again, she can't channel against Matt, so she reverts to her old ways a little bit.
Yeah. And
it's the warming my bottom comment. So.
Which I had to go back and read.
Yeah.
From the last chapter, when he's going on and on and on and on.
He's lecturing.
And he's like, and Nynaeve, don't you yank that braid at me or I'll warm your bottom.
Yeah.
And then he keeps going on and on.
Anyways.
And then she thinks, warm my bottom? And then
pie in the face. Okay.
Yeah.
No, that's exactly what's going on here.
Square in the butt. And then the women are just like laughing because of this hilarious physical comedy.
It's really funny.
And then Matt turns on Nynaeve like
he's gonna go and
very
whoop her.
angry, and he's like tall and angry.
Well, and Nynaeve just remembered. She's like, "Oh, I can't channel against this guy."
Yeah, and he doesn't stop until Egwene's like,
"Yeah,
Matt, you gotta stop. You can't just beat Nynaeve here."
No, we're gonna get some of that famous RJ spanking situation. You know.
Well, a butt kick for a butt smack. I don't really know how it works.
Yeah, 2 wrongs equal a right. That's what they say.
That is what they say.
Yeah. No, I think I got that right.
Saying.
Yeah.
Good.
2 wrongs make a right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good.
I'm glad we sorted that out. There's nothing to even say about that. It's just
okay. I actually kind of forgot that happened. Okay.
Yeah, totally.
So now this is where Egwene cuts off this whole situation and turns the tables back on Matt by saying, you're in quite the predicament, but I should be able to get you out of it if you listen to reason.
Yeah, the
and Matt's
turntables.
Like, what? You're the one with the problems.
Yeah.
And Egwene keeps going and is like, listen, nobody here thinks very highly of Dragonsworn, especially Gareth Bryn, but she'll do her best to keep Matt from getting his head chopped off.
Yeah, and it's the whole Dragonsworn bit that I think that she knows that he's not actually the real Dragonsworn in the countryside.
But it's kind of how it appears. You walked in with the dragon banner flying.
Yeah, but it's the whole, like, we know that the Dragonsworn are ravaging the countryside and murdering, and it's like, clearly that's not Matt and his band. That's not what's happening here. But they're playing it up like, oh, nobody can tell the difference between you guys.
Yeah.
So that's why you're in trouble, Matt. So you gotta listen to us.
Well, and I mean, like, realistically, maybe some of these Aes Sedai really can't tell the difference.
And that's true,
walked
too,
in
yeah.
with the banner of the dragon.
I'm talking specifically about Egwene.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think that she thinks he's legitimately...
Like, these people who are ravaging.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. All right, well, now...
we
Matt
also...
and Egwene go back and forth a bit about this situation.
Yeah, because I do want to point out here that Matt comments that Rand can sort out the Elaida issues because he thinks that Rand thinks that Elaida knows he's the Dragon Reborn, so Rand will be able to smooth over the Elaida business with the tower split.
Okay.
That's like Matt's comment here.
Now, that's just Matt thinking out loud, right? Like, he doesn't actually know that. I'm sure Rand isn't sharing...
Yeah, it's
so
hard to
much.
say.
It
it's
really
hard to
doesn't
say.
seem that way.
But then also Matt comments to Egwene like, hey, I know that you don't want bloodshed if you're trying to reunite the tower, because like once you spill blood, then it really gets real for everybody, which is also not really making sense because when the tower split originally, a whole bunch of people got murdered.
Oh, yes.
So it's like
Lots
blood
of
has
murders.
already been shed.
Oh, yeah.
Sure, you might not want more, but...
Yeah, and I mean, Matt knows enough that he can say words right now.
Yeah.
And not make no sense,
Yeah,
but he doesn't know enough to actually understand the situation.
Yeah, like he still has his own job to do in his own head, so...
Yeah. All right, so now Egwene ends up telling Matt that however she ends up dealing with Rand, it's not going to be by leading Aes Sedai to swear fealty to him. Plus, however she deals with Elaida is her business, not Matt's. And if he keeps pressing the idea of carrying her and Elayne off, he's going to end up with a sword through him.
Yeah.
And so Matt finally says, you know, I'll talk to you again when you're ready to listen to reason. And then it's like, Is Thom here?
Yeah. And then he does make the promise that Egwene picks up on, too, that he is 100% going to bring Elayne to Camelin no matter what. And that's super important because that's why Egwene can formulate this new plot with Matt.
Right.
Yeah.
And he leaves. All
yeah.
grumpy.
Yeah, he's gone. Yeah.
So once he leaves, Elayne and Nynaeve do some just general complaining about Matt's bad attitude and language.
Yeah, he's cursing and stuff. It's gotten worse. Worse from the Two Rivers.
And so Egwene tells Nynaeve that now that she's Aes Sedai, she can't go around thumping people on the head or kicking them in the butt anymore.
Yeah, fair point, but there's definitely the power shift here.
Yeah, but Egwene's not wrong.
No, she's right for sure.
Yeah.
She's right. But it's just like usually, or in the olden days, Nynaeve was the one who was, you know.
Yeah, and we do get a very interesting tidbit. I don't remember exactly where it is, if it's right here or not.
Okay.
But when she starts talking specifically to Nynaeve and Elayne, and she wants them to start speaking to her a little less formally.
Yeah, no, this is here.
She takes off her stole.
Yes.
Like, intentionally.
Yeah, she does that here.
Okay.
And then she, like, pushes it even further away.
Yeah.
Because it does work and she knows that it works.
Mm-hmm. You know, she's picking up on a lot.
No, she's kind of fitting into her place here.
She's doing it.
She's finding a groove.
She's doing it for herself.
Yeah.
Good. And at this point, Elayne asks if Egwene means Matt and the band to Bryn's army.
Make it super army.
Yeah, which is kind of what I thought maybe.
Yeah. Doesn't necessarily seem like that. Like, maybe?
No, she lays out her own plan, and then we just get this weird time jump where we don't even get to really hear her full plan.
Yeah, but we do get Elayne and Nynaeve being like, oh, that's brilliant. This is a great plan. This plan that you have is super good.
And then we're like,
okay.
Cool.
Gotta take their word for it.
Let's see.
Yeah.
So after this secret plan that we don't get to hear.
Oh, but they're also worried that, is Matt going to go along with the plan?
Oh.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right. So now basically what we have to do is reason out what we think Egwene's plan is.
Okay, what do you think her plan is?
I don't know. Let's okay, go a little
reasoning.
further.
Okay.
Let's go a little further and see.
Okay, we can do that.
Because, I don't
we can,
know.
recap
I
at
thought
the
that
end.
maybe in our conversation I could figure it out because I have no idea right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we do kind of get some of it.
We get some, but,
yeah.
I need to formulate a real thing.
Okay.
Okay. That's my diversion. Because I don't know. Okay.
Yeah, I changed the subject, so what happens next? Yeah.
Oh yeah, Nynaeve asks if Matt's actually going to go along with his plan, and Egwene thinks that he will, because whatever else Matt is, he's a man of his word, and he's for sure going to deliver Elayne to Camelin.
Yeah, it seems like he gave his word to Rand about delivering Elayne, so it's just a matter of when and how, and, it's gonna happen.
Right, and it also seems like Ebudar is still the plan.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure. Ebudar is the plan. That is the plan.
That's the plan.
That's the plan. We're going to Ebudar.
Ebudar.
Cloud Bowl.
It's pretty hot.
What?
It's hot here.
Yeah, it's very hot. The whole world is burning.
The
world's on fire. We need the Cloud Bowl. That's right.
Right.
That's the point.
Maybe. I hope so.
I hope we all hope so too.
All right.
Okay.
All right. So now the topic turns to Matt's foxhead medallion.
Right.
Or what they say, a terangrial that he clearly is in possession of.
Oh yeah. So do you remember the Aes Sedai mentality towards all objects of power?
They should have possession of it?
Mine.
Yeah.
Mine,
okay. Yeah.
Mine. Yeah. So we've literally heard them that all Terangrial, Angriel, and Sa'angriel are property of the White Tower. No exceptions.
Yeah, and Elayne wants to study it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but here's the thing, is if we're looking at it as, is this Terangrial that Matt has an object that belongs to the White Tower?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I just want to see where your mentality is on that.
Oh, no way.
So, and obviously we can kind of assume, Elayne wants it.
Here's the thing, though. Is every object that has some sort of magical enchantment...
Yeah.
Is that a terangrial? No. I don't think so.
No, well, not necessarily.
What's the definition of a terangrial, right?
Yeah, a terangrial has a functional use. It
Yeah.
is something that has a functional use. But this is the thing. It's kind of like the inheritance of your ancestors. That's the issue, right? So anything that was created by the power a long time ago was done by the Aes Sedai, which are the ancestors, so to speak,
So the
of the
issue
current
I
Aes Sedai.
have
So
with...
it's that's our people's,
Yeah,
it's
I get
ours.
it. Yeah. the issue I have with this foxhead medallion is I am not convinced it was created by the Aes Sedai of yore.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it was or not because Elayne wants to study it.
Mm-hmm.
So they offer some suggestions on how they can get it.
Well, just get some warders to take
Beat
it.
him up and take it from him.
Yeah.
But it's like crazy because that's where their mind's initially going.
Yeah, but
like the first thing.
Like, we can't just steal his stuff. He's
Yet,
gonna be even more
we have to ask for
miserable.
it first, and then when he says no, then we can beat him up and take it. So there we go.
Yeah, and then an even better suggestion by Elayne.
Right.
Let's take Matt to Abu Dar with us.
Boom.
That way I'll have more time to study this Terengrill.
Boom. Plan. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
First part of the plan, bring Matt.
Yeah, so here's my thing.
Okay.
This thing stops any weaves of Saidar.
Yeah.
How is she supposed to study it?
Yeah, that's a good question, and we should probably read and find out.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with she can't.
Okay, well, she's not going to give up just that easily.
No, she can't do it. Shoot.
It's going to be like a long, hard battle. It's like, no,
to get
it doesn't
it?
work.
Like, it's gonna be
And
a
then
long...
she can't
and
figure
she can't do
anything
it.
out.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
That's going to go great.
Okay, so now the women start talking about the plan to go to Abu Dar, and it might be a good idea to bring some soldiers. And Egwene says, unless you've picked out warders without letting me know,
Yes.
we can't just march a bunch of soldiers into Abu Dar.
Okay, is that a secret, subtle hint that Egwene actually knows?
No.
She has no idea.
No.
Okay, because you know how you could do like the reversing, but like, oh, unless wink, wink, nudge, nudge, you've already chosen a warder. Like, I know that Brigitte is your warder. Are you going to tell me now?
No, I think this is a colloquialism.
Okay.
It's her way of getting her point across, being like,
Yeah.
no, we can't just march a bunch of soldiers in.
Gotcha. So no idea about the Brigitte thing.
I don't think so.
Okay.
She does recognize that Brigitte is kind of following Elayne around, but she seems to not really get it.
Yeah.
And I don't think her mind would go to warder bonding Brigitte, the hero of the Horde from Tel'aran'rhiod.
Which is, that's fair. That's like a
That's
fair assumption.
not a thing her mind would just like
Yeah.
go to.
Yeah.
If it was like if it was like Thom or something who was like following Elayne around, like whatever, and Elayne had somehow picked Thom as her warder.
Which, you know, he's not a useless
that
guy. He's
I
like,
could see maybe speculation on because it makes sense.
Yeah.
But that wouldn't
doesn't.
Did nothing.
I've been trying to think of. I'm gonna try and go with this here for a second because I've been trying to think of an analogy with this whole Brigitte situation because it's kind of weird, right?
Yeah.
Like she's the mythical hero from the Horn of Valyr from all the stories, and she's here in real life. She dresses the same. She has the same name. She uses the name Brigitte. She has like the appearance and everything. And it's like, how do more people not like pick up on that?
Sure.
So I've been trying to think of, so I've come up with the Hercules analogy because everyone knows about Hercules.
Sure.
Right? In our world. Like,
in our world.
You know Hercules, you've seen the movie, the Disney movie. He's the big warrior guy, muscular, he fights off. He's the demigod from Greek mythology and all that stuff.
Uh-huh.
But it's kind of like if you met a big gym bro or something named Hercules and he follows your friend around. And he, like, carries a sword or whatever. And you're like, who's that? And she's like, oh, that's Hercules. And you're like, okay, cool. And then eventually you start to think, like, wait, is that, like, Hercules?
Yeah.
Like, from the stories?
Yeah.
And then she just won't talk about it.
Yeah, which makes it even more weird.
And you're like, what?
Yeah.
It's like, but, you know, kind of looks maybe kind of like a picture that I've seen of Hercules before.
Yeah.
So, like, I can kind of understand where it's like, yeah, it's Brigitte named Brigitte. And she looks like Brigitte, but no one's like, oh my god, that's Brigitte.
Right.
Because that doesn't even cross your mind as a possibility that would ever happen.
Mm-hmm.
So,
that's true.
Anyways.
It would be even, okay.
Because you wouldn't be like, oh, is that actually Hercules?
No, but we don't live in a world where magic exists and like crazy, weird, magical things happen all the time.
Which is also like the issue there too, so.
Yeah.
But most of the people don't know about the Horn of Valyr and...
No.
You know,
like
World
that.
of Dreams and all that stuff, so.
Yeah.
There's more to it, but I thought that it was, like, close enough that it makes a little bit of sense.
Yeah, no, it's good. I stuck with you.
Okay.
It's fine.
Okay.
All right. Back to Abu Dar, though, because it's super dangerous there.
Oh, yeah. So we got rumors.
Super dangerous.
Duels.
Yeah.
Strangers killed for the wrong glance.
Yeah.
Lots of widowed women and orphan children.
Even women beat up.
Women fighting in the streets.
Oh, my gosh.
Terrible place.
All right.
Okay.
So... that's where they're going.
Yeah.
And then we get Egwene's sort of thoughts on the whole Brigitte deal, which is basically not much.
Yeah, she knows, but she can't say anything, but she doesn't for sure know. but she kind of for sure knows, and she's pretty sure that Thom and Julian know.
Yes. Okay. She doesn't like not knowing.
No.
That's never been something Egwene likes.
Yeah.
So
which is, yeah.
That makes it even worse.
Yeah.
Now, Egwene and Elayne have pretty much decided it's a good idea to bring Mat to Ebudar, so they have to spend the next little while convincing Nynaeve that this is going to happen, because it's like, maybe we can teach Mat a few things, maybe we can get him on our side, maybe they'll be doing Rand a favor, and Nynaeve doesn't have any real objections besides that Mat's annoying and she doesn't like him.
Yeah.
So
He's looking at women and stuff.
And gambling and
Ooh,
drinking.
Terrible. Hate it.
He'll be more interested in finding a tavern.
Yeah, it's like, maybe, Nynaeve, you should have more of your wine.
Yeah.
Because you get crazy when
Sounds like you have fun too. So, all right. Now, a knock at the door interrupts them, and it's Sheriam.
Yeah.
So, Nynaeve and Elayne leave, and Elayne mentions she's going to go find Aviendha. And then Nynaeve has to go back to the talent search. But before we get into the whole Sheriam conversation, we get some thoughts about that talent search.
Yeah, it's going very poorly.
No, because no one knows about any.
Yeah, and then you've got
talent.
Moghedien, who's like not necessarily super helpful.
She's not open.
And she's naming stuff of talent. So we have aligning the matrix, which makes metal stronger, but you don't know anything else about that.
Yeah.
And then we've got spinning earthfire and then milking tears. So they all sound pretty cool. But I also think about it like if you personally were dropped back like 500 or 1,000 years ago.
Yeah.
It's like all your knowledge for today's stuff, it's all kind of useless.
No, more like if I'm dropped in the future and right now stuff I talk about, no one's going to have any idea what I'm talking about.
But a Moghedien is technically from the future, in a sense, of technology. She's from a futuristic technology.
She's from the past.
She's from the past, which is more advanced than the present.
Yes, different.
Right?
Yeah.
So that's why you essentially being from the future dropped in the past. You know stuff like, about computers and cars and all these things.
No, it's like I'm in the future, but where I used to live in the past was more futuristic.
It's the same thing.
More advanced.
You get the point that I'm making is like all of your knowledge isn't really that helpful.
Yeah, well, you know what else isn't helpful, though? The fact that Moghedien apparently has also lied before. She's just lying to them.
Well, it was the don't sweat thing.
Yeah.
Right? And then now Moghedien's freaking out because she's like, oh my god, is that the one lie that I get to Egwene? And is she going to, like, not murder me? So.
Right.
So now she's trying to be helpful, but it's still, she just doesn't know anything useful.
Yeah, because she said it's the more you work with the power or something. It was just a straight up lie.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the thing about Forsaken. They lie.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
All right. So now Sheriam asks how the meeting with Mat went, and Egwene doesn't really offer up very much information.
Yeah, Sheriam's prying. Right? She wants to know.
And Egwene is really playing up this I'm the one in charge here, lady situation.
Egwene does say something interesting that I wanted to note. Because it's on the whole three oaths situation. Mm-hmm. Because she doesn't specifically lie to Sheriam, but she says, hey, the conversation went as well as you would expect when old friends meet after a long time. Which is a pretty good description of what happened, right? But Egwene thinks that the three oaths did no one any favors, least of all Aes Sedai.
Yeah. It just taught them how to lie better.
Yeah. It's like they're more untrustworthy and more sneaky, and now nobody believes what they're saying.
And they're super underhanded.
So, yeah. So it's just like an interesting take from Egwene the Amyrlin, who has not held the oath rod before. So
interesting. I wonder if that's going to be a new thing where it's like, we don't have to swear on the oath rod anymore.
Abolish the three oaths. Okay.
Ooh, maybe.
Wow. New age of Aes Sedai.
Interesting. Well, if that's her take, if that's her thoughts on it, why would she want more Aes Sedai to use it?
Oh, it's a hot take from a young Amyrlin, right?
I'm here for it.
Yeah. Why not? Mix it up.
Yeah. Young blood. Fresh new ideas.
Change the rules. Let's do it.
You know what super old people love?
Change.
Yes.
Change.
And technology.
And phone books.
No, they actually love that.
Yeah.
We're talking about things they don't love.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh my god. I'm talking about like 150-year-olds.
150, those, yeah, they hate it.
They hate change. They hate that.
Okay.
More than anything.
Yeah.
So now listen. Sheriam is really trying hard to dig out what the conversation was about.
Yeah. And most importantly,
because
if there's
of
a
the
message
dragon.
from Rand.
Oh yeah, and there's like the quote dragon swarm army
Yeah.
and everything. And so yeah, if there was a message from Rand, and Egwene gets the upper hand a little bit in this conversation.
She does.
And she thinks to herself that she doesn't like some of these things that she's doing, and she can't wait until she's the, like, real Amyrlin.
Yeah. Well, it's also interesting because part of the reason why it seems like Egwene is getting the upper hand is because Sheriam seems so uncomfortable talking about the Dragonsorn army and Rand, like the implications of that. And I just want to link that back to the Aes Sedai we saw in the White Tower when Elaida was talking about Rand, how uncomfortable so many of those sisters were talking at all about even mentioning Rand.
Yeah.
So it's like that's a real issue that some of these Aes Sedai have.
And they were, like, eyeing her picture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they don't even want to talk about it. So Sheriam seems to be in that, like, terrified crew of,
Same.
like... Yeah. So it's throwing her off a little bit.
Okay. So now Egwene ends up telling her that Mat is the commander and Rand wants them all to go to Caemlyn. And there was some mention of oaths and fealty, and this makes Sheriam, you know, she has to wait a minute.
Yeah. She, like, builds it up so that Sheriam can, like, fret about it for a while.
Right.
And then she's like, oh, but I told him that's ridiculous.
Right.
So that's,
I see. Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So that's what Egwene is doing. It's like the slow play to make Sheriam sweat a little bit to get the upper hand.
Yeah, because Sheriam can't just be like, and what did you tell him?
Yeah.
What's happening? Right? Because she's trying to keep composure and
doing a bad job.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah. Now, Egwene sees that Sheriam is a bit off her game right now because of the situation with Mat and Rand, and she says their situation is delicate, and Egwene thinks that Romonda wants her to grow Bryn's army enough to intimidate Elaida, and Elayne doesn't care about the army, but she still thinks they should wait before moving, and the biggest news that Egwene has shared with the Aes Sedai is that she's rediscovered traveling.
Yeah, so I want to talk about that. Mm-hmm. Not the whole, like, everybody wants her to wait, and we kind of know that.
Yeah.
So that's why Egwene is doing that play.
I'm skipping over that a little bit.
But Egwene has shared the traveling business.
Which is funny.
Crazy, right?
Yeah, it is.
Like, a little bit wild that she just went and, like, told everyone.
Yeah.
Because, okay, so here's the thing. There's more to it. So we do learn that most of the sisters here aren't strong enough to open up a gateway bigger than like an arm, and you could like put your arm through it.
Yeah.
So that's important.
And then you're gonna get your arm chopped off.
If you close it on it, yeah.
Well, like,
but it's
if you open it, but then you don't really know what you're doing, and then you're not strong enough, and it like closes. That's just what I kept picturing.
But also super powerful because it's like if you're sitting in the bathroom, there's no toilet paper. You just let me make a little gateway, grab me a toilet roll. It's like perfect. Yeah.
That's perfect.
There's functional use for this kind of stuff.
Super functional. I like that very much. You know, if you're Aes Sedai though, you could just like
clean your butt.
Channel yourself a bidet.
It's a bidet. There you go.
You don't even need that.
You don't even need the toilet paper.
Yeah.
So I mean, oh man, okay.
See,
you're like next level above.
I'm already thinking you're like
10 steps ahead here.
I am.
I'm thinking like old
Back
school here.
in the Dark Ages.
But anyways, the actual important.
Let's get a bidet.
Yeah, the important part about this was. There's the Aes Sedai here. They want to do things like steal the Oath Rod and other certain items from the tower to deprive the White Tower from those objects.
Right.
But here's the thing. If now basically all the sisters here know about traveling, Egwene doesn't want it to get out and they don't want to use it to go into the tower because then the tower sisters can learn about traveling.
Right.
But we know that there's tower spies here.
Yeah, there are. And also Black Aja.
And Black Aja and all different factions. It's like, okay, so traveling, it's out now. Cat's out of the bag.
Now it's out.
That's why you don't let the cat out of the bag.
And even the ones who aren't strong enough to do it now at least know how to tell someone how to do it.
Exactly. Cat's out of the bag.
All right. Well, I mean, like, that's the thing about rediscovered talents.
Yeah.
Everyone used to be public knowledge.
Yeah. And this is the thing. So am I being too like, like the old... you know how Aes Sedai like hide all their weaves?
Stuff. Well, I was upset with Elayne and Nynaeve even
telling
for
all these
sharing
things.
as much as they were sharing.
Yeah.
So, like, maybe the problem is I don't trust any of these people.
Yeah, but I mean, hey, now that traveling's out, it's like, does it actually take away some of the advantages that they have to take back the tower?
No, most of them can't even do it.
But doesn't matter though. That's what
it does matter.
It's like if both sides have the ability, like
it doesn't matter if they have the ability or not.
Okay. I'm not gonna push it. I'm not gonna push it anymore. That's fine.
Yeah. It makes Rand seem less like, what's the word I'm thinking of? Mystical.
Yeah.
It makes.
Yeah, where it's like, oh my goodness, how is he doing this back and forth?
Amazing.
It's
so
like, okay,
he's
traveling.
discovered traveling.
Yeah, and it's like now we have that too.
But also, like, we should be impressed that he rediscovered traveling.
Yeah.
With the help of a Forsaken. Egwene mostly did it on her own.
Yeah, but not completely. I mean,
shoot.
Here's not saying that if anybody should get credit, Aviendha should get credit because she did it. She just can't remember how she did it, but she did it first.
An accident.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Anyways,
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
All right.
Can't believe you forgot about that.
Anyway, everyone has different opinions about how to use them.
Yeah.
Now, Egwene keeps playing super nice with Sheriam, telling her that she doesn't know what she'd do without her advice. And Egwene comments about Bryn's men being restless with the Dragonsworm army here.
Yeah.
And she can't move to the west because of White Cloaks and Amadicia. And they can't go south because Abu Dar. And, you
can't go invade another nation.
With an army.
That's the problem.
What are we gonna do?
So here's the thing. This is Egwene's plan.
Yeah, I know that. Okay.
The thing that you didn't know.
I understand.
This is Egwene's plan.
Oh, this is the plan.
This is literally the plan.
This is the plan.
Yeah.
See, I didn't know if this was just like because I got this.
Yeah, because you get the plan here.
Got it.
You didn't get it before, but it's like this does seem to be the plan.
No. Got it.
Okay.
Here's what I'm gonna do.
We're gonna go north.
I get it.
Yeah.
Okay. So here's what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
Before I read the next two chapters,
sure,
I'm going to reread these two chapters because I'm used to having so much knowledge before I read on.
Fair.
I want to, yeah.
Okay, do it, yeah. They're not even that long. You could, bust them real fast.
No, I really could, and then I just have extra, fun reading to do.
Yeah.
Which is...
I want to pressure you and be like, oh my god, the next two chapters are, incredible. But that's fine. No, it doesn't even matter.
No, I'm excited to get to them, but I'm also excited to reread because, I kind of missed it.
Yeah.
I need to make time for it.
I get that.
Yeah.
Well, you had to make time for other life things.
There were some very serious things I need time for.
Fine.
Anyway, here we go.
Yes.
Ready?
So the plan.
Oh,
go north.
This is the plan.
Go north to Tarvalon.
Okay, this is the plan.
But then be like, oh no, we have to go north. But what are we going to do? Because it's going to look like we're marching on Tarvalon, but that's the only place we can go because now Rand knows our location and he might just show up at any point.
And they're like, oh, God.
So we have to go. And then Sheriam's like, oh, okay, I guess we got to go. And I don't like it, but it's like, sure, we can go. So that's the plan.
And Egwene's like, it's not just as simple as telling Matt to go away.
Yeah, we can't do that.
We can't do that. And then, finally, at this point, though, Sheriam does admit that it might be necessary for them to leave Saladar sooner than they wanted to.
Yeah, you got to get the hens moving because none of them want to leave, but you got to get it moving now. And once the ball's rolling, then it's easier to keep it moving.
Yeah, and
right?
Sheriam does seem pretty rattled, saying, I don't like to be forced into things.
But she doesn't want those men who can channel to come here.
Rand has 4-star hand before we're ready. And Egwene's like, yes.
Rand.
This is Rand's fault.
This is Rand's fault, not...
Rand did this.
He did it to us, yeah.
This doesn't sound like an Egwene who really wants to support Rand.
Yeah.
Remember what I said? I was like, oh, she's gonna...
Oh, I remember. Yeah. Well, she really hates the whole, men who can channel thing, too.
She doesn't no one likes that.
No.
Okay.
She's just like them in that instance.
She is. I thought she would be a little more, because we haven't got too much Egwene inner monologue about everything.
So here's the issue, though. Rand is the special case where they can come to terms with Rand channeling because he's the Dragon Reborn.
Everyone else, hard no.
Hard pass on the rest of them.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's the plan.
That's the plan.
And then part B of the plan is Matt goes to Abu Dar.
Right.
Okay,
and
you got
Egwene is going to get what she wants.
Yeah, it seems that way.
Because
at least from what we can tell.
It seems like with Matt, Julian, and Thom going to Abu Dar, then they have additional protection.
Yeah.
Too, which,
Well, and here's the other side of that.
He's going to protect Elayne because Matt thinks that Rand needs Elayne.
Correct.
Yeah.
Now, keep in mind what the other side, when Elayne was like, hey, are you going to join the armies together? Because if Matt is going...
Because that's what I thought maybe...
But listen.
Yeah.
Matt's going to Abu Dar. His entire band is not following.
No, they're staying put.
Well, they're not staying put.
Where are they going?
Well, if
What?
the entire camp of Saladar is going to pick up and move, maybe the band is going to move with them.
Maybe. What? Okay, I thought they were just popping into Saladar and popping out. They're not gatewaying there?
Abu Dar.
Abu Dar. What did I say?
Saladar. Yeah.
If they're not popping into Abu Dar?
Well, that's the
gonna
plan.
Travel?
That's the plan.
I mean, or are they traveling like by boat?
No, they're going to travel.
Okay.
That's the plan. But if Matt's going to go, and then if Egwene can get this whole, like, let's get moving Saladar business going, it's not like Matt's band is just going to stay in the forest. There's a good chance that the band will move with the Saladar army.
Maybe.
That's what I'm saying. That
I'm
there's
too
a possibility.
confused by all of this, and I don't think it has to do with me not rereading the chapter.
It might.
No.
It's just general Danny confusion.
This is just general regular confusion.
You know what? We'll come back to it.
Nah.
Saladar and Gareth Bryd's
because
army.
I thought they were going to pop in, look for the thing, and pop out. And
Yeah.
I didn't think that...
Wait, you think that's going to take like 30 minutes?
No, but I didn't think that it was going to be long enough that all of Saladar is moving by the time they get back.
Starting to move. I didn't say they're going to reach Tar Valon. I said they're going to start to move. They have to move like literally the entire continent. Saladar is so far away from Tar Valon, so that's what I was saying. It's like if they can start moving, then maybe Matt's band will like start to move with them.
How long did it take Min and Swan and that whole train to get from Tar Valon to...
Pretty long time. But that's also like 4 people. It's not
Yeah.
like an army of thousands and thousands and thousands.
Right.
4 people move much faster.
Gateway it up.
Do it. Lots of gateways.
Well, Rand opens a gateway and moves thousands of people.
You know what I would do is I'd open a gateway, just like a really small one, into Elyda's study, and then just like kill her.
Pack it full of people. Oh, just kill her.
Yeah, shoot an arrow through there, just like catch her off guard real
That's
fast.
really, I don't think how this is going to work.
Assassination. Come on, let's do it.
No.
Yeah, it doesn't seem... No, I'm not saying that's what I would do.
No, it's not. No, that's what I would do. That's more of a move I would make. That's not smart for politics. And we need politics to go well.
Well, it'd be helpful because there would only be one. There would only be one Amyrlin.
I know a lot about politics. I'm very well versed.
You're pretty good at that stuff.
Pretty good.
Not gonna lie. So
at the politics.
Yeah.
And don't assassinate people.
Yeah, well, that's your
when
opinion.
you want to take control?
Yeah.
Question mark? Or maybe do. Actually, it's...
I feel like at the beginning of the series, you were like, "Sure, kill him," and I was the one who was trying to be like, "Don't do it."
Definitely kill some people.
Okay.
Definitely do
Elyda
it.
doesn't make the cut for you.
No.
Interesting. Okay.
Not this. You know who does need to die? Those Shido wise ones.
Oh, interesting.
Don't let them wander around.
Okay.
Also, side note, completely...
Who else? Oh, no.
Oh, yeah. Well, now I'm thinking of everyone in the world, and now I'm thinking of, like, where the hell's Perrin? He should probably show up somewhere soon.
Yeah, kill him too.
No!
Okay,
That's not what I'm saying.
Let's do the next chapter.
Fine.
Let's get moving here.
Okay, I need to refill my drink.
Okay.
Okay, refreshed. Chapter 40, Unexpected Laughter.
Yeah, which comes at the very end of the chapter.
It does come at the end. All right. So the chapter symbol is the harp.
Yeah.
Matt.
We
No,
get a nice little
Tom.
reuniting.
What?
Yeah.
Tom.
It's the Matt and Thom.
It's the Matt and Tom show.
Yeah, there we go.
We're back together.
Reunited. And it feels so good. Yeah, that's right.
Cool. So, Matt perspective, we are with Matt going to meet up with Thom.
Yes.
They're sitting on some kegs outside a house, like around a fire or something, I picture. I don't know.
No, just smoking
They're
their
smoking
pipes. Yeah.
and maybe there's no fire.
No, there's no fire.
Okay. Tom is staring at the letter that Rand had sent to him.
Hey!
He got it.
It didn't get left on the table.
It got to him.
Yes, and important to note that it is unbroken, so he is...
Unread.
Yeah, it doesn't... Unbroken sealed. It doesn't look like he's opened it yet.
That's what I mean, unread.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's it's just
and
like it's an
nobody
important
has broken it.
Yeah.
This whole time.
Yeah, there we go.
So they're sitting there. Tom launches into a story about how a long time ago he tried to rescue a woman who was in an abusive relationship.
Here's the thing. This story is actually important.
What?
This story is important.
Why?
Because of what Tom tells Matt after.
Oh, the advice is good, and he has experience to back it up. But do we need to hear the entire story?
Okay, no, I'm gonna.
The answer's no.
No, we don't. No, but here's the thing.
Okay.
So in the story, Tom talks about how long time ago, when he was young and good-looking and stuff, he tried to rescue a woman from an abusive relationship. Yada yada yada. But the whole point of this is that when he
attempted to rescue.
Yeah. She basically turned him down because it's like, oh,
no, this is the
I'm
situation
in this
I'm
relationship.
stuck in. Yeah.
And his advice is don't assume
Rescue
you know
people.
everything because you don't know the whole story.
Right.
But the important...
Some people don't want to be rescued, even though it looks like they should be rescued.
Yes.
That's the moral of the story.
But also the important point from the story is that Thom was trying to rescue a woman who he was into.
Yeah.
He was into her.
Is it Morgaze?
No.
Oh.
No, it's literally a woman.
Is it Moraine?
It's none of them. It's none of the people. He tells about the woman. It's just like some random woman. The point is that Thom was...
I don't know what you're trying to lead me to.
I'm not leading you to anything yet. I'm pointing out that he was into this woman, and it's important in like 2 paragraphs.
Okay. Are you going to get to it?
I will.
Okay.
When we get to
I'm waiting for you to get to the important stuff.
You're jumping the gun. But it's just one of those stories. No, it's one of the stories where I know that you're going to skip it. I know that you didn't pay attention to it.
I did. I got it. I understand.
It's a little bit important.
I understand.
Okay, so anyways, good. I should have circled back to it.
Maybe.
After.
Yeah,
anyways, whatever.
Because I don't know what's going on.
Whatever. Okay.
Okay.
I don't even care. It doesn't even matter. Oh, also, Matt's happy because Aviendha got hauled off by a bunch of Aes Sedai.
Oh, yeah.
She was like, oh, good, she can't go murder Elayne.
Oh, right, because he for sure thinks that's still a thing.
Oh, yeah, totally.
And he doesn't have to, watch out.
Yeah, and also, Matt doesn't understand the lesson that Thom's trying to tell him.
No, not until he explicitly states
and
it.
I would argue he still doesn't. I don't think Matt gets it at all.
The entire thing is a true life lesson that has to be learned from experience and not somebody telling you it.
Okay, yeah.
And so this lesson of don't try to rescue someone who doesn't want to be rescued, this whole don't try to
The hero complex.
Don't try to go and make these girls do anything that they don't want to do. It's never going to work. You're going to be frustrated. Don't even try.
Yeah.
I think that the advice from Thom is good. I think that he's a trusted source. And that idea is now in Matt's head. It's the first time he's heard this advice, probably.
It's going to take a little while to sink in.
It'll take a little bit, but now it's there.
Okay.
It's rooted.
The seed is planted?
Yes.
Okay.
That's what's important here. This is the spark. This is the seed of character growth.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
It doesn't take just yet.
No.
He's not on board with this idea yet. But anyways.
No.
Okay.
We're starting, maybe some rooting, but, mostly not yet.
Yeah.
But he has the seed now.
So.
He has it. He just needs to plant.
Good.
Yeah, that's
Good.
the analogy.
Good.
Okay, now can we move on from this story?
Yeah, totally.
Is that all you wanted to talk about, or is there more still later?
No, the story's over. It's the next part. Okay. We're gonna cut to it, because, why not?
Okay. Well, because Matt clearly doesn't understand the point of this whole story.
Yeah.
And he starts to ask Thom for some help, and then Thom cuts in and is like, well, what are you going to do? Just, steal them away when they don't want to go?
Yeah, so here's the thing. So Matt is, digging his heels in repeatedly with this, and he's like, you need to help me, Thom. You need to help me, Thom. And Thom keeps cutting him off. And then at this point, Thom specifically asks, hey, what do you think of Egwene and Nynaeve? On second thought, make that just Egwene.
Yeah.
So Thom's asking Matt, okay, what do you specifically and only think about Egwene? Because you're clearly trying to rescue her. And then Matt's like, well, I grew up with her. It's Egwene is Egwene. That's all there is to say. And then he mutters, save her from her bootmaker, you mean. So Thom is literally implying that Matt is trying to be like a young Thom in the story and save the girl he likes from the bootmaker. Thom thinks Matt likes Egwene.
Oh.
There's a little subtle implication that Thom thinks that Matt is kind of into Egwene, and he's trying to save her.
I didn't think that at all. I never got that implication. The whole, save her from her bootmaker, to me, sounds like save her from the situation that she's in, even though she doesn't want to be saved from the situation that she's in.
But the issue,
it's an analogy
I get
more
that.
than the actual...
I get that, but the fact that Thom, zeroes in on specifically Egwene...
I think that Egwene is in more trouble right now in Matt's eyes than Egwene or than Nynaeve is. So,
but his mission is Elayne. It's not even about Egwene.
No, I know that,
and that's kind of the issues here. So I think Thom is just getting a wrong read on Matt in general.
I didn't get that.
Okay,
but okay.
Yeah, that's been my take on it. So yeah.
All right. So that's what you wanted to talk about?
Yeah, that's why the whole
Okay.
bootmaker analogy was important, because Thom tried to save the pretty girl from the bootmaker, and then he's like, hey, are you trying to save her from the bootmaker? Because you like her like I did? Because I just told you a story about this, so don't go do what I did.
I thought the whole point was just don't try to save a girl from a situation that she doesn't need to be saved from. But anyways, that's just not really what I got from reading it.
Yeah, okay.
That's all.
That's fair.
So now at this point, Matt is pretty determined, especially since he promised Rand to get Elayne to Caemlyn. So Thom just tries to level with him and is like, maybe you should help them do what they want to do instead of trying to force what you want them to do.
Yeah, and then again, that's good advice. Like,
I think so too.
yeah, Tom's just like, hey,
This is the seed I'm talking about.
if you just like stop caring about your, what you want to do, just keep them alive, and then
Keep
that'll
them alive,
be good enough.
and then eventually, maybe
Yeah.
if you get on their good side, they'll do what you want them to
And
do.
like Elaine's gonna go to Caemlyn at some point.
She of course wants to go to Rand, and she
Yeah.
wants to be the Queen of England. No,
Hey,
Caemlyn.
No, you pretty much got it. That's accurate.
I know what I said. Okay. Now, an interesting point. Thom also thinks that Egwene might be shaping up to be a pretty good Amyrlin.
Yeah. Well, he sees the political undertones. He knows what he's looking at. And he actually points out, like, he knows that there's the 3 factions and everything, too.
Yeah.
Like, he's well aware of that.
Oh, he sees it all.
Yeah.
Excellent.
And if you think back to when Rand was in Tyr, he was the one keeping everybody from trying to assassinate Rand immediately.
Yeah.
So,
Thom's
slipping
good.
notes and doing stuff.
This is what he does, man. This is what he does.
Well, and plus Morgase just had the thought about he was the dude who taught her Game of Houses
That's right.
way back when. So,
yeah.
Yeah. But anyways, if he thinks that Egwene is doing a good job, she's probably doing a good job.
Mm-hmm. But Matt, classic, misunderstands.
He's got no idea what's going on.
And thinks Thom means Elida.
Yeah, it's like, wait, what? No.
God.
Well, because he's like, oh, they're going to eat her alive. And then Matt's like, what, Elida in the tower? Yeah, probably.
No,
Matt. Not.
No.
Well, but yes, yeah, sure. But also specifically here, they're going to eat her alive here, too, if she's not strong.
Yeah, but realistically, what's happening here, Matt's still being stubborn. Thom tells him that he's not going to be able to force the women to do anything, so he might as well focus on keeping them alive.
It's just like Thom, saying it again and again and again and again.
Which, good.
Yeah.
And then Matt takes a bit of a shot at Thom and's like, hey, who's that letter from? Another woman you rescued?
Yeah. Or did you leave her where she could get her head cut off? Okay, so that's actually a pretty big stab because Thom says, I left her.
Yeah.
And then he gets up and leaves all sad.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. Thom recognizes the writing.
It's Moiraine.
Matt did not recognize it, so he doesn't know.
I don't think Matt can read. That's like what everything points to.
No, he can probably read. Like, he can read maps. And there's words on maps. So he can read.
Okay. That's fair.
I think the question is,
okay.
Can he write?
Can he read good?
Can he read good?
Yeah.
Can he write? Could he make a map of his own?
I'm sure, maybe. It's just,
Okay.
I've questioned the education system in the Two Rivers for a long time now.
No, and that's fair. You have reasons to do that.
Do you know we're coming up on 3 years?
That sounds fake.
Soon?
I don't believe it.
I had to count on my fingers the years.
We had one child at the beginning.
Yeah, we had one little
one very little child. Yeah.
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 Not nothing, but not even a year old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, go.
So
What's
here's the
happening
thing.
here?
It's
Maureen.
a pretty
Oh, right.
it's a pretty big stab because also Matt has a bunch of holes in his memory. So he doesn't even remember exactly who Thom is or know his whole history. So that's why the entire time he's like, "Oh, Tom's pretty stuck up for a gleeman," when we know Thom was a court bard.
Oh, because he's going on about all this stuff he had in this story. I remember.
Yeah.
He would had all this things, a coach and all this money and whatever.
But Thom was court bard to Queen Morgase of
Yeah.
Andor, so it's like he was a BFD.
Yes.
But Matt doesn't know any of that stuff. He just thinks he's like a, dumb little gleeman. Nothing. So,
yeah.
Anyways. But this is pretty big because Thom clearly has some feelings about Moiraine being dead/gone.
Yeah.
So.
Good. I like that you made that.
No, I know. I did that for you.
Thank you. That's why I said I like that you did
Thom
that.
thinks she's dead. So.
Yes, he does. Everyone does.
But it's very sad. It's very sad because Thom leaving now.
Sad.
Leaves sad. Yeah.
Leaves sad. Okay.
I'm trying to warm up your ice cold heart. So
see, I feel sad for Thom.
Yeah.
it's ironic because
You were faking the
was,
human emotion of sadness.
Here's the thing. Here's the irony.
Okay.
The icing is delicious. So
Okay.
Thom, at one point in this series, was confirmed dead, and I was supposed to believe.
Yeah. Well, you should have been sad at that too, and you weren't.
He was not.
Okay.
And now it's Thom, who at one point was confirmed dead, is not dead, is thinking about a woman who, it's hard to even recognize what's happening here, what's in that letter, what's going on, because what we've seen, the interaction between Moiraine and Thom, is not much unless they've known each other for a while.
Well, it's what we haven't seen doesn't mean it didn't happen. Kind of like the Lan and Nynaeve thing.
Right.
Right? Like that for sure happened. We just didn't see it because it was Rand, who doesn't understand relationships, who was observing everything. Mm-hmm. So, anyways, we gotta get that letter open.
I got the connection that they kind of liked each other, but it kind of felt like there was something deeper and something more, like maybe they knew each other.
Open the letter. Open the letter. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, like, you're gonna die. You write 2 letters. And one is to Thom?
Yeah.
Cool.
What's in that letter?
What's in the letter?
A naked sketch.
Oh my gosh.
Nice.
A nudie.
What?
No. No thanks. So, although, okay. Now, Matt has some more stubborn thoughts in his head. He gets up to go find some more information. I get confused because I realize it's still daytime.
Yeah.
I don't know why I pictured this in a fire at like nighttime, like they've sat here all day.
No, they're just like doing the like the classic sitting on a keg
in the
middle of town, like in the town or whatever, watching people.
A pipe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why I pictured this so different.
Just on like an old wooden barrel.
Anyway.
Think like the Wild
Here
West.
We go. So he sees Nynaeve in the crowd and is like, you know what? Maybe I should go talk to her. He sees her. Egwene's advice was stay away from Matt.
Yeah.
So she like goes, beelines a different way.
Yeah, I don't think that's just Egwene's advice though. I think that's also Nynaeve being like,
no, but Egwene specifically said maybe stay away from Matt. And so she's staying away from Matt. And then I think,
running.
Poor Matt. Like Matt, he actually was like, maybe I actually should talk to Nynaeve and have like a civil conversation. And she's like, oh, fuck Matt. And takes off. It's so sad for Matt.
That, I feel like you're more sad about that than you are with the whole Come on. Oh, can't win here. Whatever.
A little bit. Okay.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't even matter.
Doesn't matter.
Now,
new plan.
New plan. Matt goes to find his crew.
Yeah.
So he finds Vannon, who's a scout that I remember.
No, Vannon, yeah. And he's the big guy who's like, oh man, he can actually sneak.
And there's 2 other guys who were captured earlier who have their egos hurt by being captured by warders.
But they're not dead, so that's good.
That's good.
They're alive.
Matt asks Vannon if he thinks he can sneak out of Saladar and get the band somewhere else.
No. That's not what happens.
We want the band there.
Nope.
Matt wants to sneak out to the band.
No.
Vannon's going to sneak out to the band.
And tell the band to sit tight, don't do anything, don't try and come rescue me because it's going to be a couple of days.
Okay, cool.
Not bringing the band anywhere. Nope. Not like coming in hot. Not doing any of that stuff.
Not doing anything.
Okay.
Matt's not going out to the band like I thought.
No. Matt can't because Egwene was like, you're not going anywhere.
You're going to stay here.
Yeah.
So the problem is, I just, if you want to go out and come back, I don't know. Okay. Can't do it.
No.
Okay, and it's clear Matt's going to be here for a few days, so...
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
And then Matt's trying to act like everything's going to plan.
I get things.
Yeah. Because the one guy's like, this is good, right? And Matt's like, yeah, this is great. This is exactly what I want.
This is what I wanted.
Yeah.
Tell the band, this is cool.
It's all good. It's all good.
All right. So then we get a perspective change.
Yes.
To Elayne.
Yes.
She's just left the meeting with Egwene because Sheriam showed up.
Uh-huh.
And she's going to find Aviendha.
Yeah.
She's going to get derailed, though.
A little bit.
She expects Aviendha to be close by, and she finds out really quick what's going on because literally everyone in town is either talking about the Dragon Swarm army that's here.
And Matt.
Plus,
like, Matt was in the tower.
Right.
There's a whole bunch of stuff.
Or they're talking about Aviendha.
Exactly.
The Aiel who can channel.
Yeah. Wilder Aiel, and then she just like walked into camp. It's crazy.
When you say Matt was in the tower, you're talking about for healing.
There's like a previous relationship with Matt and the White Tower.
Plus, he up and left.
Yeah, after he ate like all their chickens, and he just left.
Lots of roast beef.
Yeah. But anyways, there's like a previous relationship, and it's like, yeah. Anyways, so he's a big deal, but Aviendha is a
Also
hot
a
topic.
deal. She's a wilder Aiel who's super strong and just walked into camp.
Yeah.
So, like, not great.
Yeah.
Now, Elayne spots Nynaeve down the street basically running through the crowd.
Away from Matt, probably.
But then she can feel Brigida coming through the crowd and sees her with someone else.
Yeah, the one who's like trying to get the training from Brigida. The one who's not
like
the Aes Sedai,
archery.
and the one who's
Archery.
not Mogedion. She's like the regular one. So
All right.
the one who Elayne hates and Brigida also kind of doesn't like, but like won't tell her to go away. Yeah.
Oh, I remember. The little
Arena.
wannabe.
Yeah.
The
Arena.
little
Ariana.
wannabe.
I don't know how to
Okay.
pronounce it. So,
Got it. Okay.
anyways, but there's news. Brigida has news.
There's news.
Yeah. Van Dien and Adelius are going to Abu Dar too.
Okay. Now, when they all go,
Yeah.
they're going to come too.
Yeah.
Oh.
So Nynaeve and Elayne are supposed to be going with like Brigida
Yes.
and Thom and Julian, and now Matt.
Yeah.
But now
Isn't Abu Dar supposed to be like kind of secret? Or do people
Nope.
know about that?
no, people know about it
Okay.
because
people...
Marilyn went, right?
Yeah,
Remember-
no.
yeah.
They know that. And they're going to join her.
Yes. So
Okay.
here's the thing. So Abu Dar was never really a secret because Elayne and Nynaeve went on that big rant about we need to go to Abu Dar, and the Aes Sedai were like, no.
Right. And now Egwene's Amerlin, and she's like, yeah, you can
Yeah,
go.
you can go. But now the Aes Sedai are sending Van Dien and Adelius on like a separate mission, but totally.
Is it a, like, go with them and spy mission?
It's not even going and spying. It's they figure it out. Elayne and Nynaeve are being accompanied by two real Aes Sedai as chaperones.
Oh, and those are the oldest Aes Sedai in the world.
And they can't like completely undercut Egwene's decision to send them, but they can be like, oh, these two sisters are also going.
Also going as chaperones.
And as any ruler would see them, like they're totally gonna try and take control.
Well,
here.
also, in pursuit of knowledge, those two
Yeah.
always.
And I mean, we don't not like Van Dien and Adelius.
Yeah.
Like they help Moraine.
They did.
So there is a Moraine, connection here with Elayne and Nynaeve. So
as far as, quote, real Aes Sedai going to accompany them, these two are fine.
yeah,
These are cool.
It's just like the underhandedness
Well,
of
of
the Aes
course.
Sedai factions that
Of
are
course.
clearly at play here. So
It could be worse. It could be Delana.
yeah,
It could be Anaya.
but also
Side-eye Anaya.
yeah.
Side-eye for fully
right.
laced Anaya.
Exactly. Now, we are getting closer to the whole Matt and Brigida meeting. Because they should all be going to Abu Dar, right?
Yeah. Matt's not gonna get it, though.
Okay.
Maybe.
Okay.
Oh, why are you saying it like
No,
that?
it's just
Now
like
he's gonna get it.
Why?
He's gonna get it.
He's not going to
Okay.
piece it together at all?
No.
Ever?
Well, he sort of tried to when he saw her initially, and then didn't.
Well, that was like a really quick, like, oh.
And Brigida really wants this to be a secret, so even if he asks her about it, she might deny it.
She's going to be like, shut it, horn
And he'll
sounder.
be like, okay. I don't know.
Okay.
I want it to go very well.
Okay.
I really want it to go very well for Matt.
Very well in like a BFF style or like in
I
a...
want them to connect.
Okay.
I really my initial prediction, however many months ago that was,
Sure.
my initial prediction was for Matt to find out good information about
yeah.
this role he may or may not still be currently tied to.
I mean, that could still happen. That's all.
And I
it's all
know,
very
that's
possible.
what I'm rooting for.
Okay.
Usually what I root for doesn't happen.
Right. So you got to switch it up.
Gotta switch the
They're gonna hate
for
each
what I
other.
want versus the actual book prediction. Those are two separate things.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and
Okay.
usually what I want is something that's like unrealistic and never gonna happen. So I gotta
This is
go
like
prediction other way.
pretty real. This could happen. I can see this happening.
Yeah,
Okay.
but let's get to this though, because if Brigida doesn't even want Elayne to tell Egwene, who
Yeah.
already knows,
We get an explanation about that. I actually agree
how
with Brigida's
is
explanation.
Brigida going to then explain to Matt
Yeah.
who she is and what's going
There's
on?
there's like a bit of a different connection because I could see where Matt's an exception to the rule because he's the horn sounder.
Not really, because the horn sounder especially would expect hero level business from Brigida.
Perhaps
In
until
her mind.
until
This
she
is her-
meets Matt and
this is
spends like a
her
couple of days with
own
him.
thing though.
Yeah. So just like for the record, so her mental block on it is like, hey, if people know I'm the hero out of Legends, they're going to expect hero out of Legends, when in all my past lives, when I'm that person,
Like
I'm
meeting
just
Hercules
regular.
in person.
With meeting Hercules, and it's like, if I actually know he's Hercules, it's like, okay, lift this car off of this person.
And he's like, that's not how
That's
this
a lot
works.
of pressure.
Yeah.
In Kanto, right? We just watched it
pressure.
again. So, hey.
Too much pressure.
Too much pressure.
It's going to cause someone to crack.
Yeah.
Shoot.
That's literally what's happening here.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the song.
It's the song.
It relates to our lives.
It does.
Okay.
And like by our lives, you mean
their lives.
Yeah.
Their fake
exactly.
book lives.
It's real. It's real.
It's real. It's real. It's good.
Okay. Anyways, it's a legitimate concern.
Yeah. Actually, I get it.
Yeah. Oh, and you know what? I actually said that Egwene thought that Thom and Julian know.
Yeah.
But here is where we get that Elayne is pretty sure that Thom and Julian know.
Oh.
So Egwene doesn't know that.
Egwene might think that too, because she's not stupid.
It's very possible. It's very possible. It wasn't explicitly stated.
Okay. And also, we get this whole confession thing when Elayne tries to bring up the topic of telling Egwene about the whole Brigida is actually the hero Brigida thing again.
Yeah.
And she gets shut down.
Yeah.
So now, finally, Elayne makes it to where Aviendha is. And I was like, oh, good. Because I thought she was just going to forget about it and then, like, not meet her.
Yeah. You know what? You've been pouring the vodka too strong. It wasn't Elayne who thought that it was Thom and Julian. It's Brigida. Brigida thinks that Thom and Julian know who she is, but don't say anything.
What?
Oh, man.
What's
Okay.
happening?
I got it wrong like 3 times.
Oh, no.
I can't believe this. This is why I don't drink vodka when we record.
This is embarrassing.
This is terrible.
They're good drinks, though.
It's delicious. That's the problem.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Brigida.
People should know. Do you want to know what we're drinking?
It's vodka. I don't actually know what this is.
So it's a vanilla vodka.
Okay.
And ginger ale.
Okay. Is it flavored ginger ale?
No.
Just like ginger ale.
Ginger ale,
Okay.
and it tastes like cream soda.
Right. That's the issue.
Because of the vanilla. It's yummy. It's good.
Yeah.
It's a good drink.
Yes.
In case you've never done it, it's my favorite go-to.
Brigida knows that Thom and Julian know, but they're not talking about it, but they treat her a little bit different because they know.
Okay. Good clarification, Brett.
Not Elayne, not Egwene, Brigida.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. It's good.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Yeah.
Don't worry. I get things wrong all the time.
But there's a lot of pressure on me. See, it all connects.
Don't crack.
Okay.
It's all right.
Let's keep moving here.
Okay. Oh, Elayne and Aviendha. This is my actual favorite part of this chapter.
Oh, yeah, this is good.
This is the best part.
Yeah.
Well, okay, the Matt Thom stuff was good, but this is good.
Yeah, it's
this
very
is
good.
gooder.
Yeah.
So, Elayne finally makes it to where Aviendha is, and she's not how Elayne remembers her.
Yeah.
Because she was all in Kid Insor with short hair last time, and now she's all Wise One with long hair this time.
Yeah, and like robes and
Yeah.
all that
Shawl.
stuff. Shawl and wonderful.
She's currently in a house surrounded by a bunch of Aes Sedai who have clearly been questioning her for a while.
And she is in desperate need of saving.
And Elayne comes in and basically tells him, sorry, but I have to take her, and uses a little bit of her I'm friends with the Amyrlin clout.
Well, here's the thing,
Yeah.
too. She should have authority. Technically speaking, she's the strongest out of everybody here except for Aviendha. She's strongest by a long shot.
Yeah,
Except
Elayne,
for
you mean. Yes.
Elayne is.
Yeah.
So she should, hypothetically, have the top say because that's how hierarchy
But the
works.
problem is she's not like a real Aes Sedai in their eyes.
In their eyes, and that's the problem. So
That's
there's
the problem.
almost pushback, but they can't definitively go against her because that would be going against Egwene the Amyrlin, who they just elected.
Right. And also, my best friend's the Amyrlin, so...
Yeah. And this is where we also hear that Morel is the head of the Green Aja in Saladar.
Right, and we get that Elayne has confirmed
Yeah.
with Green Aja.
That she's green.
Yeah.
So that also kind of makes sense from your theory back, way back with
Two
the Nynaeve
orders.
incidents.
Oh.
No, Nynaeve and Morel. Because if Morel
Oh.
is the head of the Green Aja here in Saladar,
She could be very upset that someone pretended to be a Green Aja.
and now she wants to be yellow, so there's maybe a little bit of
And
contention
it doesn't
there.
matter how strong you are against the head of your Aja.
True.
So there's like all sorts of it.
Lot-
It's an intricate web that we weave
Yeah.
here at the White Tower.
Absolutely. And
Yeah.
also that Morel is very young for being the head.
Okay.
She's only been an Aes Sedai for 15 years,
Oh.
which is a very short amount of time to be an Aja
Right.
head.
You know what's interesting? Here's the thing.
Okay.
Swan
Mm-hmm.
was the youngest Amberlin that there has been,
Yeah.
like ever.
Yeah.
And that was 10 years ago.
Yes.
When she was like 30 or something.
Yes.
And here we get a tidbit about Morel being the youngest head of the Greens in a long time.
Yeah.
And now we officially have Egwene as the youngest Amyrlin ever, after the current youngest Amyrlin ever.
Yes.
So maybe there's this sort of turning of the tide.
Okay.
Where the younger of the people, the fresh perspectives on the place around here, are kind of in charge.
It's a very optimistic outlook on things.
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. I like your optimism.
Yeah. It's sort of a little bit reminding me of my own profession, where there's a lot of young, inspired, brilliant young teachers, new teachers coming into the profession who, you know lots about technology and lots about change and lots about all sorts of like new positive psychology stuff working with kids.
Yeah.
Which is wonderful, but then being treated as young and inexperienced, it's difficult.
Yeah.
So
it's like real life examples here.
Yeah, it's just making me think about it.
Okay.
But no, that's a good point. I like that.
Okay. Like I said, optimistic.
Yeah. And I like that all the younger ones are like way stronger.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyways.
Yeah.
Elayne and Aviendha. Let's do this.
Yes.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Okay.
Let's do it. They head off to Elayne's room, and on the way, Aviendha grabs a branch off the back of some cart and starts to like whittle it down with her knife.
Yeah.
Just like as this is what I do in my time to pass the time as I walk.
Oh, are you sure she isn't
No.
I
do know. But that's kind of how Elayne...
Yeah, she's like, what
that's
are you
weird
doing?
That she just does that.
That's a weird thing.
That's a thing she just does when she walks, I guess. But as they're walking, they don't talk. It's super silent, super awkward.
Yeah, and you gotta imagine the entire time that they're walking here, Elayne knows what Matt told her about Aviendha being here.
Yeah, and she sought her out.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And she's like, okay, she's probably not gonna do this,
Might be
right?
one of the coolest things Elayne has done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, okay. More cool than like kicking open a door and attacking a dark friend.
No, that was cool.
That was pretty cool.
That was great. That's like still number one.
That was like pretty cool.
Yeah. So they reach Elayne's room, and Elayne decides to bring that point up and says, so Matt says you've come here to kill me.
Yeah.
And Aviendha is like, no, it's actually the other way around. And she puts the stick down and puts her knife beside it and then tells Elayne, Egwene asked me to watch Rand for you, which I promised to do, and now I have tow to you. I love Rand al'Thor, and once I let myself lie with him, I have tow, and you may use the stick or the knife as you wish. The tow is mine. The choice is yours. Whichever you choose, I accept.
Okay.
All right.
Wow.
Okay.
That was a lot. That was a lot of information.
I gotta take a deep breath here.
Yeah, a lot of information to get off her chest all at once. Okay. And while she's doing this, I don't know if you picked up on this, boobs are out.
Boobs are out.
Boobs are out.
Yeah, I did.
Not in like a ceremonial way.
No. She literally...
This is like a, I need to expose my back so you can either beat the crap out of me or stab me through the heart.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
Either way.
So she had to like get the shift down or whatever. So,
yeah.
But I had to mention, like, if in case you read it wrong.
No, I got this one.
Okay, yeah, boobs
yeah,
out. So.
Yeah, I got this one.
Yeah.
Boobs sort of out, but like back to...
Yeah, turn back, so yeah, that's how it goes.
It's not like boobs out.
Yeah, it's not like...
No shoulders back.
Yeah, none of that stuff.
No.
Yeah.
No, none of that.
I mean, maybe for the TV show. Nah,
no,
okay.
No, it's gonna be definitely
That's
no way.
That's fine, I don't even care.
Okay.
Anyways, Elayne has a lot of thoughts about it.
Yeah,
everything goes through her mind.
1,000 thoughts, especially the...
Maybe I should knife this.
Wait, you lay with him?
No.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I like, and she's like, don't touch the knife, because if you touch the knife, you might stab her. Maybe a couple of straps with the stick, but maybe. Okay.
But also no.
No, she's gonna...
Ultimately tells Aviendha that no, I'm not gonna use the knife. I'm not gonna hurt you.
Yeah, cut it out. No toe. Put your boobs back in.
I love Rand too, but I don't care that you feel the same way. We can share him.
Yes.
And Aviendha's like, wait, what? Because, like, we're not close enough for that.
Yeah, we're not first sisters close, and we have to be if we're going to be sister wives. And then Elayne starts to actually figure out like what all this actually means.
Right.
Like, okay,
shoot.
are we actually doing this?
And she kind of laughs because she knows there's supposed to be a third, and she kind of thought it was going to be Elayne.
Yeah, not Aviendha.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now, I mean, we got
She's like,
the...
I guess Aviendha's better than Elayne.
Yeah. 2 of the 3 now know about...
The third.
The third.
Yeah.
Yeah. Min doesn't know...
Not about the third.
About the third. Who the third is yet.
That's right.
She knows that there is a third, obviously, but she doesn't know that it's Aviendha. Yet.
Okay. And it's funny because Aviendha's like, immediately, there's someone else who loves Rand, let's go kill her.
Yeah, it's like, oh, we can partner up. We can team up against the third one and we'll kill her together. Yeah. And then it'll just be the 2 of us.
And
That's
then,
great.
you know, so they have a sit down. Elayne explains the situation about Min and her viewings. And, you know, Rand's definitely special and we're all supposed to just, like, be cool with sharing him.
And they're going to have to, maybe kind of, sort of.
I mean, like, I guess they have a choice.
Yeah, no, they do. Right? I mean, you could argue that Min doesn't have a choice in feeling towards him that way.
No. So their choice is they all clearly have feelings for him.
Yeah.
And they can choose to, like, just accept it. Or they could, like, make him decide and then no one would get him because he would just decide nobody.
That's an option, too.
Yeah.
And knowing our boy Rand, he's bad at decisions like this.
Yeah, so I think it's best.
He would pick none.
I do actually think it's best that the women... get together, make the decision.
Yeah, it's not really up to Rand.
No, and here's the thing. Elayne's not cool at this.
Yeah.
She doesn't like this at all.
No.
And that's my problem. Like, if she was cool with it, like, Aviendha is pretty cool at this. She's like, yeah.
It's inner culture.
It's inner culture. She completely understands something like this. She didn't think Wetlanders would be cool at this, because at one point she asked Egwene if any Wetlanders had sister wives or something, and Egwene was like, fuck that. And so then Aviendha was like, never mind. Gotta kill myself. So,
sure.
Yeah.
Oh, man, okay. So Elayne's not on board with it yet, but that's not saying that she never will be.
I know, but, like, being forced to have to be okay with something because of, like, a vision or something,
And, I mean, in all reality, it's not like they're just going to buy a big old house together and everybody's going to live in it under the same roof. Like, you know, Aviendha can be off in the waste and Elayne can be in, you know, Camelin.
And he can just zip-zap around.
Zip-zap and it's like, hey, when I'm here, then I'm, like, with you.
Yeah, I don't know. Because I was still hopeful that it wasn't all at the same time, and now it's, like, clearly...
Well, it's not at the same time right now, because he was
Not
with
yet.
Elayne originally in Tyr.
Yes.
And then he was with Aviendha.
That's true. They were on a break.
Gonna be with Min right away.
Oh, that's true.
And then,
But pretty soon it's going to be all at the same time.
Okay.
Unless some, like, people start dying.
Oh, like one of the 3?
Yeah.
You're really gonna do that?
I would not like it.
Okay.
Oh, I'm telling you, that would be terrible.
Okay.
But that's the only real
You brought
way.
it up. You brought it
That's
up.
the only way that this is going to happen.
You brought it up. If you had to kill one, who would you kill?
No, not doing it.
You have to.
No.
I posed the question. You have to answer.
No. Mm-mm. I would say Elayne.
You're gonna kill Elayne?
Well, because Min and Aviendha are just, like, leagues above her.
What?
Yeah.
Why?
She's mashed potatoes.
Justify.
She's mashed potatoes.
Okay.
She's leveling up, and if she actually does eventually become Queen of Andor, the problem right now is she's Queen of Nothing because Morghese is still actually alive. She's not actually as badass
that's so
as
harsh.
I would like her to be yet.
Okay.
And Min and Aviendha are better.
Okay, so you're killing Elayne.
I can't believe you made me say
who
that
are
out
you-
loud on a regular episode.
Who are you marrying?
I say all these random
Who are you
wild
marrying?
things on
Who are you marrying?
Brett. We get these wild random questions all the time on our monthly Q&A episodes.
Sure.
And I always say these random things with, like, no real repercussions.
Now there's going to be repercussions.
This is a real episode.
Min or Aviendha?
I can't just yell things out to the like.
Who are you marrying?
Min.
Okay.
No, Aviendha.
Okay, you know the alternative.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So you're marrying Aviendha? No, you're marrying... What?
No, I think Aviendha.
You got this all backwards.
I know.
You clearly married the
Elayne.
queen.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, obviously.
You want the financial security.
Yeah, you do. I want to be supported.
Okay, well then who are you killing?
Min.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, sorry.
I debated that.
Okay.
She's too cool.
Yeah, she's going to get all up in my head with those visions and be like, nah, cut it out.
Ah!
Yeah, okay.
All right, so this is the end of this chapter,
Yeah.
and it takes a while, but Elayne catches Aviendha up to speed on this Min situation, and the chapter ends with Elayne thinking about all the time that Min will have to be close to Rand while she goes off to Abu Dar.
Yep.
And she and Aviendha end up having some, like, unexpected laughter.
Because men are so complicated.
Men are so complicated.
So complex.
So complex.
Gotcha.
That's
Okay.
the unexpected laughter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good laughter. Okay, that's it. We're done.
That's it.
Okay.
That was fun.
Now you get to reread these 2 chapters and then continue reading.
We'll see how I feel about that.
Yeah. Even when you were saying it, I was like, she's just going to move on to the next.
Well, this was a very thorough conversation.
It was. We got a lot of good stuff out of the way.
A lot more than I thought we were going to.
Okay.
Yeah. What's the next chapter called?
Oh, threats, I think?
Not even anything.
Yeah, I don't even think it was anything. A threat.
A threat. What's the chapter symbol?
A lion.
Okay. Ooh. Prediction. It's about Elayne. And she's threatened?
Ooh.
Or
yeah.
she threatens someone else.
Love it.
There it is.
All right. She's showing up.
Who knows?
Yep.
What's going on?
Okay.
I would like to jump away from these guys right now.
Okay.
I think that there's other things I would like to know what's happening in the world.
No, I get that.
This is great. This is interesting. I like it. But, like, what else is happening?
Okay. Well, read on.
Okay. So before you go ahead and refuse to tell anyone about your true identity because the pressures are just too great, I'm going to say that this is part of the pattern now.
Yeah, it's part of the pattern.
Well, that's all for now, folks. Thanks for sticking around to the end of the episode, and thanks for listening. The Wheel Weaves is hosted by Danny and Brett, produced by Danny and Brett, with Essen, Passion Socks, Mozyme, Moltude, Benjamin, Michelle O'Brien, Jamie Young, Cody Fouts, Megan Smiley, Jonathan Reese, and Kaz. With music by Audionautics.com. If you're interested in supporting us and the podcast, you can find us on our Patreon page at patreon.com/thewheelweavespodcast. For all things The Wheel Weaves, like how to get in touch with us, how to send us really cool shot glasses, our social media links, how to join our Discord, and for just some general information about the show and the hosts, you can head over to our website at thewheelweavespodcast.com. And as always, don't forget to tell a friend about us, to leave us that 5-star review, and to hit that subscribe button over on YouTube. We'd really, really appreciate that, and it does help a lot. Thanks again for listening. This really is part of the pattern now.